This is a skunk. It's not just an ordinary animal, though. It has one very special weapon. When it feels threatened, this animal can spray liquid from its rear end. That's right. This animal sprays liquid from its butt. And this stink bomb doesn't just smell bad. It can also make your eyes water and burn. So what makes these weird weapons so useful? And how do they work? Let's take a closer look at this little guy to find out. We'll start with some characteristics of our stinky friend. Skunks vary in size depending on the species, but they all have a few things in common. They have moderately long bodies and short, sturdy legs. They also have long claws, which they use to dig. Most skunks have black and white fur. But don't be fooled if you see a brown, gray, or cream-colored skunk. That's because not all skunks are the same. There are many different species. Each species has a unique appearance. There are even skunks that have no stripes at all. But one thing they all have in common is that they get their distinctive stripes from birth. These stripes may run down their back, tail, or legs. Now let's look at some interesting behaviors of this little guy. Where does he live? How does he behave? And what does he eat? Skunks often live in close proximity to humans. If they can't find enough food in the wild, they might eat garbage, carrion, poultry, or leftovers from other animals. They also like to forage. Skunks will dig in the grass to find tasty treats like larvae and worms. Sometimes they even hunt honeybee nests. You heard that right. They hunt bees. You might think that this would be dangerous since bees can sting. But thanks to their thick fur, skunks can keep cool when surrounded by angry bees, and they use their long claws to reach into beehives and rip honeycomb out of the air. Bees can't catch them. Skunks are nocturnal. That means they rest during the day and come out at night. They spend their days sleeping and looking for shelter. They usually seek refuge in burrows that other animals have dug. Skunks will also sleep in hollow trees, stone piles, wood piles, and sheds. But despite their nocturnal habits, skunks aren't nocturnal predators. Instead, they mostly eat fruit, plants, insects, eggs, small mammals, and birds. While they sleep during the day, they are most active between sunset and midnight. They also sometimes raid bird feeders. Owls are their main predators. Even though they eat skunks, owls aren't bothered by their bad smell. What do skunks do in the winter? Do they hibernate? Actually, they don't really hibernate, but they might seem like they do. During the winter months, they go through a period of inactivity, similar to hibernation. However, unlike hibernating animals, skunks don't lower their body temperature or heart rate. Still, they can spend almost the entire winter sleeping. Females sometimes gather together and stay inactive in groups, while males prefer to stay solitary. How do skunks use their senses? Are they able to see, hear, or smell danger? Skunks have great smell and hearing, but their eyesight is weak. They can only see objects that are 3 meters away. Because of this, skunks often walk right into traffic and get hit by cars. Before we check out how skunks use their special weapons, here's a fun fact. Did you know there are over 30 species of skunk? They can be found throughout the Americas, ranging from Canada to Argentina. Now let's look at this animal's trick. How do they use their stinky spray? As you already know, skunks spray a foul-smelling liquid from their rear ends. But have you ever wondered how they use this ability? The answer is defense. Skunks spray the liquid to protect themselves against enemies like coyotes, wolves, foxes, bears, mountain lions, owls, eagles, and humans. But before they spray, they try to scare the threat away. They raise their front legs and arch their backs. Then they raise their tails and point them toward the threat. When the threat doesn't go away, they spray. Where do they spray? Can they aim their stink bombs? Actually, they can aim pretty well. They spray the liquid from their anal glands. There are 2 of these glands, one on each side of the anus. The glands are located near the base of the tail. They are made up of 2 lobes that can squeeze and spray the liquid. They can shoot the liquid up to 3.7 meters. So if a predator gets too close, they can spray it in the face. But skunks aren't just aiming for the enemy's body. They can spray right in the eyes. That gives them time to run away while the bad-smelling liquid burns the predator's eyes. Have you ever smelled a skunk spray? How long does it last? Skunk spray smells like dirty socks or decaying flesh. The stench is so strong that it can last on the target for several days. But that depends on the situation. If the animal is wet, the spray can last longer. The liquid also sticks to the target and makes it hard for the animal to clean itself. But there is one thing that makes the spray even smellier, and that's when it mixes with the air. After skunks spray, their urine evaporates quickly and makes the spray even more pungent. Have you ever seen a skunk stack leaves or pile up pieces of debris? Maybe you thought the skunk was crazy, but it actually knows what it's doing. By stacking these materials, skunks build a shield. It protects them while they spray and gives the spray more power. With a shield, the skunk is protected while it sprays and the stench is stronger. How does the spray work? Why is it so bad? Skunk spray is made up of sulfur, thiols, dimethyl sulfide, ammonia, acetone, and butyric acid. All these chemicals combine to make the spray extremely smelly. Also, the spray contains benzyl mercaptan, which gives it a garlic or rotten egg smell. Another chemical called 3-methyl-1-butanethiol contributes to the unpleasant odor. Skunk spray is so powerful that it can affect the respiratory system. It irritates the eyes, nose, and throat and causes burning sensations. The spray is so pungent that it can even knock a person out. Can skunks aim their spray at people? The answer is yes, but it doesn't happen often. Skunks usually avoid humans, but if they feel cornered, they might spray. It's not uncommon for skunks to spray at dogs. That's because dogs don't understand that the spray is dangerous. They try to lick it off each other. If you want to protect your dog from skunk spray, keep him away from skunks and teach him to stay away from them. Now that we know how to defend ourselves against skunks, let's learn about their reproduction. When do they mate? What's their mating ritual like? And how do they care for their young? Skunks mate once a year. Mating season starts in early spring. Male skunks are polygamous, which means they can mate with multiple females. When a male is ready to mate, he lifts his tail and wags it to attract a female. If she accepts him, they mate. About 64 days later, the female gives birth to her young. Skunks have a lot of babies, usually 4 to 8, but sometimes up to 12. Newborn skunks are called kits. Kits are born blind and deaf. Their eyes open around 3 weeks later. Until then, the mother feeds and cares for them. She also teaches them how to forage for food. Sometimes she lets them ride on her back. When the kits are about 10 weeks old, they start exploring the world on their own. They still live with their mother until they are 10 to 12 months old. Then they're ready to live independently. Now you know why skunks spray. It's not just for protection, it's for survival. If they feel threatened, they use their special weapon to protect themselves. So next time you see a skunk, remember, don't approach it, just admire its unique spray. If you want to learn more about amazing animals, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.